In order to demonstrate the lone pair functionality, I'm going to draw a simple reaction mechanism. Let's start by drawing the molecular skeletons. This is best done when the grid is switched on. And we are going to draw a simple SN2 reaction, so we have a transition state here in the middle. After having drawn all the skeletons, we can now zoom in a little bit and replace the elements to their proper values. So we're going to place an iodine here. In order to actually have some stereochemistry, we're going to put a deuterium over here at the top and a chlorine there. This up here should be a minus. And after that we can fix the implicit hydrogen atoms and charges of the individual atoms by using the appropriate tools to increment or decrement the charges and hydrogen atoms as so. Now we can add some lone pairs to the iodide and chloride anions. Let's first re-enable the properties panel by right-clicking on the toolbar and then choosing properties. Now we can enable the lone pair indicators on the top, left, right and bottom of this atom. But as we can see, these lone pairs are now quite tightly spaced. There will be more flexibility in upcoming versions, but for now we're just going to add spaces to the element symbol and then adjust the charges accordingly. And then we can also adjust the length and line width of the lone pair indicators so that they become more visible. After the iodide, now let's fix up the chloride at the other end of the reaction. Now, looking at the reaction, everything seems a little small, and we can fairly easily fix this with the new type selector up here, where we just select all the atoms on the scene, and then we can right-click on any one of them and change the scaling of those atoms so that we increase the font size. At this point I would really like to also add some spaces to the chloride anion to separate it a little bit from its lone pair indicators. Now that changed the implicit charge of that atom, so we have to fix that again. Well, in fact, I would suggest maybe you might want to completely remove those charge indicators, but I'm just going to leave them around for now. At this point, let's place some mechanism arrows here, just approximately where the bonds are going to be flipped, so to speak. And in the next step, we can adjust the points of those, the supporting points and the end points of those arrows, so that they look nice. Finally, let's add some reaction arrows, and I'm going to use the supporting grid for this in order to get those straight and of the same length. And some brackets around the transition complex. And to finish things off, I'm going to demonstrate the text tool. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a lot of formatting support right now, so I'm just going to start up a word processor, type in my title, do some formatting, and then copy it to the text tool and insert that to the drawing that I just prepared in Molsketch.